brought to you by the Daily Advance. They proudly serve Northeast and North Carolina for 109 years. To catch up on all your local news, including the Steamer scores and highlights, we read the latest issue of the Daily Advance or visit them at dailyadvance.com. We ask at this time you will please stand, gentlemen, kindly remove your hats for the single hour anthem tonight being performed by Jeremiah Ford.
Oh, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, who touched us in the bright sun through the perilous fight. For the ramparts we walked were so gallantly streamed, and the rocket's red glare, the bomb bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Domination here, home run.
If that national anthem's a sign of things to come, it's looking good for the Steamers tonight. Jeremiah Boyd grabbed the mic before the game tonight, and the Steamers are in their final home regular season game against the Tarboro River Bandits back at home for one final game before the playoffs begin. For the Steamers, that'll be in the second round on Thursday night. Thanks to a first-round bye, that'll be right here at historic Hicks Field, but a little bit more work to do. A game tonight and tomorrow, both against the Tarboro River Bandits, one here tonight, one tomorrow in Tarboro. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Luke Milai on the Steamers broadcast on the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. As the Steamers at 25-10 have locked up the second seed in the Premier Collegiate League. The River Bandits 24-9, 15-5 in PCL play. These games are added a bit later in the season. They will not count towards any seeding. They'll go into the standings at the end of the day, but they will not count for the final seeding. That's already been set when the games finished up on Saturday. These games are added when it became pretty clear that the Steamers and the River Bandits were both going to earn that first round bye. The PCL playoffs really begin on August 2nd, and that'll take place at Lakewood Park between the four teams in Virginia. They'll play a doubleheader that night. And that is when the matchups for Edenton and Tarboro will be decided on Thursday. So we didn't want these guys sitting around for 5 days without a ball in their hands after the season they had going into the playoffs. Don't want to pull any rust out. So these games, they'll serve as games that count in the standings, but I think it's just going to be a chance to get as many guys, as many opportunities as possible to stay warm heading into the postseason. And one of those guys getting a chance to stay warm and get an opportunity is Cameron Lewis on the mound tonight for the Steamers. It's the first start of the season for Lewis, who's pitched in 5 games so far, thrown 9 2/3 innings, a 3.72 ERA. It was great to see him back on the mound the other night. He had missed over a month thanks to an arm injury, and now he's come back strong to wrap up this season. He threw an inning and allowed 1 run against the Norfolk Redbirds a couple of games ago, his first game back. Now they'll pitch against the Tarboro River Bandits for the first time. A familiar face in the box, James Moses, leading things off for Tarboro, and he'll take for a called strike to begin the night. Now the River Bandits, they're taking these games a little bit differently. They're having quite a bit of fun with their lineup. We'll see later in the game. James Moses, a staple at the top of this order for Tarboro. And he'll take that one a bit low, 1-1 the count. Moses, over his last 7 games against the Steamers, hitting .455. He's been almost impossible to get out when these teams have matched up. 1-1. That one's outside, 2-1. Now, Jared Beebe was on the broadcast during the All-Star game, and when James Moses came up to the plate, the first thing he says is you got to watch for the bunt. And now, with Beebe getting the start over at third base, he's right up against that infield grass. He's actually moved back a couple of steps since the beginning of the at-bat. 2-2. Swung on, fouled away. Now the count is 2-2. A little bit of rain here at historic Hicks Field a couple of hours ago, but the team was ready. They actually pulled the tarp out around 5 right before the rain came. The clouds were coming over as the guys all laid the tarp out. They retreated to the locker room, and we kept the field clean enough, and we're ready to go. As Moses gets under that one, lifts it high into the infield. Jared Beebe over at third is under it, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. And that'll bring Hunter McLean to the plate for the River Bandits. With 1 out here in the first. McLean hitting well this season for Tarboro. .284 batting average and a .437 on-base percentage. First pitch he sees is in there for a called strike, 0-1. Now, Coach Hill told me earlier today to expect to see about 7 or 8 pitchers. Again, it's trying to get as many guys in and as many guys warm as you can heading into the postseason. So that one's inside on McLean, 1-1. So Lewis will start this game. He will most likely go just an inning or 2. And then now, according to Tyrus Bumgardner, he's up next. And then after him will be Blake Gibson, and we'll see how the rotation falls from there. McLean will take that one inside, 2-1. So a lot of different guys taking them out. Once again, this game will not count in terms of playoff seeding, but it will be added to the standings for the end of the season. All the stats will count for both sides. Two-one pitch is across for a called strike, 2-2. Again, for Cameron Lewis, he has not thrown against the River Bandits yet this season, facing some pretty good hitters in this first inning. The 2-2, a bit outside, 3-2. Lewis standing at 6'5". He came into the season as the tallest steamer. He's now tied with Logan Fleming, who got here midway through the season, both standing at 6'5". The 3-2. And it's a bit low on McLean, ball 4. A good at bat for Hunter, and he works a 1-out walk. It's the first walk of the night issued by Lewis, and that'll bring Tyler Dunn up to the plate. Dunn over at first base tonight for Tarboro. Liam McFadden-Ackman, as far as we know, getting the night off tonight. And that one will be taken down low for a ball, 1-0. Tyler Dunn hitting .282 this season, a .366 on-base percentage. He's played in 29 of Tarboro's 33 games. He'll take that one up high, 2-0. That 29 games mark is tied for the most on the team with Liam McFadden-Ackman. So if McFadden-Ackman doesn't get in tonight, then Tyler Dunn will have the most games played for the River Bandits. So that one's down low, 3-0. Lewis got the first out on a pop-up earlier in this inning, trying to reel it back in and find the zone here against the next couple of guys from Tarboro. You don't want to put a ton of guys on base for the man waiting on deck, Jarrett May. That one's taken for a called strike, 3-1. I'd have to wonder in a game like this where you can't affect your playoff standing, maybe guys will get the green light a bit more tonight. I know Tarboro, based off who they're planning to pitch tonight, they're going to have a little bit more fun. That was a nice pickoff move from Lewis, but McLean back in safely. Three one. Inside corner, 3-2 the count. Dunn dropped the bat. He'll have to pick that back up. As Lewis works back into this after going down 3-0. He's got his second straight full count. At the very least, you want to make these guys swing the bat. And now he'll throw it to first again. Another quick move, but McLean not too far off the base. Through his 9 innings so far, he's only had 1 base stolen on him, so Lewis pretty good at controlling the base runners. That one's a slow chopper to second, going to be a tough play. Stevens has it, flips with his glove, and it's in time. Oh, an impressive play from Bryce Stevens. He was ranged all the way near second, and on a slow roller, he was able to make the play for out number 2. McLean does advance into scoring position on the play, but the Steamers get out number 2. That might be the first glove flip we've seen all season. Not that it's all that unique, still a rarer play than an underhand toss with the bare hand. As Jarrett May comes to the plate with a runner at second base. The league leader in home runs in the Premier Collegiate League. He'll take outside for a ball, 1-0. May with 14 home runs, 33 RBIs this season, both tops out of all the PCL teams. So he'll take that one inside. Now, I don't want to jinx anything, but Jarrett May hasn't had a hit against the Steamers over the last 2 games after really putting some good work in the first 5 games before that. He went 0 for 2 games ago and 0 for 5 in their last game here at historic Hicks Field. He struck out 4 times that night. And that one's a bit low on May. 3-0 the count. Now, May, the different part for him tonight is he's out in right field. We haven't seen him there this season. We've seen him mainly as the DH, but sparingly over at first base, never in right field. And he'll take that one inside, ball 4. It's the second walk issued by Lewis in the inning, and the River Bandits have runners at first and second. Still just 1 out to go for Cameron Lewis as Kevin Jones comes to the plate now for Tarboro. Kevin Jones, a late addition to the River Bandits this season, came right before the deadline to add players. That was a week ago today, around the All-Star break, as Jones will swing and miss at 1 in the dirt, 0-1. So this is just the 5th game of the season for Jones. He's got 6 hits and 14 at-bats, a few doubles to his name. But but he's got quite the opportunity to break things open here in the first inning. He does have 6 RBIs this season. He's got a runner in scoring position now. The 0-1. Up high, 1-1. For Cameron Lewis, again, the first 5 times we've seen him use this season, they were all in relief. So this is his first start as a Steamer. So that one swung on and missed. 1-2 the count. At West Virginia State University, he threw in 8 games, all as a reliever, threw 11 1/3 innings this spring. So approaching that total with his start here tonight. The 1-2. Swung on, floated out towards shallow left center field. That's going to be diving catch by Nate Paulson. Paulson lays out to take a hit away from Jones and keep a run off the board for Tarboro. We'll head to the bottom half of inning number 1 here at Historic Hicks Field with the game scoreless. Hello and welcome back to Historic Hicks Field, where the Steamers are coming up to the plate for the first time tonight. Here against the Tarboro River Bandits, a game that will not impact the seeding of the postseason that's coming up later this week. But an attempt to keep the guys warm on the Tarboro and Edenton sides. Nate Paulson will lead things off against Jay Bullock from the Tarboro River Bandits, mainly used in relief this season by Tarboro, but getting the start tonight. It's only his second start of the season and what's now his 10th appearance. He's got a 2.65 ERA. As Nate Paulson checks his swing, they're going to check and they're going to say he went around. Count moves to 0-2. Nate, back on Saturday, earned the Gesicki Gold Award, the team MVP here in Edenton. He'll swing through that one for strike 3. 1 down here in the first. Well, Bullock will do a lot of that, get guys to swing and miss. He's 5th on the team with 29 strikeouts for Tarboro. And again, that's only in 17 innings. It's less than most of the guys that are ahead of him. Whenever the River Bandits need a right-hander in a big game, they usually go to Bullock or Landon Higgerson. They're 2 hard-throwing righties out of the pen. And when they need a lefty, they usually go to Connor Vukovic. Chase Bruno up to the plate now for Edenton, hitting second tonight in the lineup. He'll swing and miss at that one. 1-1 as Bullock went to small speed there. The 1-1. Chase will foul that one straight back. 1-2. Chase Bruno leads the team in hits this season with 49. That's 13 more than the next closest steamer. That's Nate Paulson. Bruno hitting .350 with a .415 on-base percentage. And he'll just get the end of the bat on that one to stay alive as he fouls it back. 1-2. Chase also second on the team in RBIs with 23. Had a sac fly in the Steamers' last game against the Suffolk Voyagers. So that one's way outside from Bullock. 2-2 the count. The 2-2. Bruno breaks his bat, floats it out to short. It'll be fielded on a hop at short by Jones. Throw to first is in time for out number 2. Surprised that one didn't hang up there longer for Jones, but he made the nice scoop and throw to first. And that'll bring our national anthem singer tonight to the plate, Jeremiah Boyd. Now, the sound was left on for the national anthem for Jeremiah. I haven't done that too much this season, but he's got a fantastic voice. Honestly, the first time I've heard him sing, and he was tremendous. He'll take down low for a ball, 1-0. He's also been tremendous at the plate. Jeremiah's got 5 home runs in the Steamers' last 5 games, including a couple of multi-home run games last week. He'll swing and miss at that one. 1-1 the count. Jeremiah had a couple of extra base hits in the Steamers' last game on Saturday. Had a double and a home run that night. Now, throughout the 5 games as a whole, he's got 7 extra base hits. So with those 5 home runs, a couple of doubles. Looking to get some revenge on the River Bandits. He went 0 for 5 the last time these teams played. A good eye there from Boyd. It's up high, 3-1 the count. The recipient of the Heart and Soul Award for the Steamers, announced on Saturday as well. Well-deserved honor for Jeremiah's. The 3-1's inside, and Boyd works a 2-out walk here in the first. The inning will continue for the Steamers offense as Tate Abbott comes to the plate.
First base from the Tarboro Valley, number 20, Tate Abbott.
Abbott will take out and away. 1-0 the count. For Tate, he's hitting well this season. .283 batting average, .368 on base percentage. He's hit well as of late, 6 for 12 over his last 3 games. And this game's certainly one of the reasons why you want these games to exist. Tate Abbott, as opposed to getting 5 days off, has a chance to stay a little bit warm, keep the hot streak up heading into the playoffs. The 2-0 pitch. He'll swing and send that high the other way and out of play down the third base line. 2-1 the count. Tate over at first base tonight, hitting in the cleanup spot. There's a chance we could see him over at third. That's the position we saw him in last game. It's a position he'll play this upcoming season at Catawba Valley Community College. So he'll send that one the other way through the hole on the left side for a base hit. It's the first hit of the night for the Steamers, and Tate Abbott puts 2 men on with 2 outs in the first.
They hit one of the college goal tonight, Jackson Hill.
That'll bring Jackson Hipp up to the plate with 2 outs and 2 men on. A big opportunity here for Jackson. He's in the DH spot tonight, getting the night off from his usual spot out in right field. Tyler West is out there tonight. And Hipp will take that one for a called strike, 0-1. And Bullock will ask for a new baseball. He'll get it. As now we've got some sun pouring in from out in right field. It was not as pretty of a sight a couple of hours ago with the rain pouring in and the dark clouds overhead, but field's in good shape. Had a little bit of a delayed start, but we're ready to go here in Edenton. It's the 0-1's up high, 2-0 to Hipp, or 1-1 to Hipp, pardon me. Jackson hitting .283 this season, a .345 on-base percentage through 31 games. It's the 3rd most games played by a Steamer. Chase Bruno leading the way at 34. As that one's down low, 2-1. Two-one. Swing and a miss from Hipp, 2-2. Now the Steamers struggled the last time they played the River Bandits, an 8-2 loss. Hipp knocked in the first of those 2 runs, had an RBI double. That was really the only momentum the Steamers had in that game. There was a late home run by Chase Bruno, but the game out of reach at that point. 2-2. Down low between the legs of Dupree behind the plate, and the runners will advance. Now it's 2 in scoring position for Jackson Hipp with 2 outs. So he's got Jeremiah Boyd down at 3rd, who walked, and Tate Abbott down at 2nd. He singled. The Steamers trying to create a bit of 2-out magic here. The 3-2, swing and a miss. The 2nd strikeout of the inning for Jay Bullock, and that'll wrap up inning number 1 here in Edenton as the Steamers strand 2 on the bases. We'll head to inning number 2 at Historic Hicks Field with the game scoreless. Hello and welcome back to Historic Hicks Field, where the Steamers and the River Bandits still scoreless as we are set to begin the top half of the 2nd inning. It'll be Harrison Johnson leading things off for the River Bandits. Cameron Lewis back on the mound for his 2nd inning of work for the Steamers, earning his first start of the season tonight, and a game that will not impact the playoff seeding between the River Bandits and the Steamers. They're both locked in. Tarboro in seed number 1. The Steamers in that 2nd spot. as Johnson will take for a called strike, 0-1. So those top 2 seeds in the PCL getting a bye into the second round of the playoffs. All 6 teams making the playoffs in the Premier Collegiate League this season. As that one's across for a called strike. Quickly 0-2 to Johnson. Johnson hitting .235 for the River Bandits this season, a .392 on-base percentage. He'll take up high, 1-2. The River Bandits got a couple of men on in the first inning, thanks to a couple of walks, but the Steamers were bailed out thanks to a diving catch from Nate Paulson in center field to end the inning. So that one's a bit high on Johnson, 2-2. For Lewis this season, he's gone at least 2 innings in 3 of his 5 appearances so far, trying to make it number 4 in this game. That one's hit high and fouled on the right field line. Tate Abbott coming over from first. He's under it, and he'll make the catch. 1 out here in the second. That'll bring Zeke Hilton up to the plate. Man, Tate Abbott over at first. It's been an impressive improvement for him. We know he had some drops over there earlier in the season, but it's now every play looks routine for him at this point. As Zeke Hilton will come up to the plate, the second baseman tonight for the River Bandits. And Hilton will take for a called strike, 0-1. So Hilton broke a pretty rough streak against the Steamers in the last game. He had been 0 for his last 19 against Edenton before going 2 for 4 and knocking in 3 runs in the last game between the teams. He's pretty consistently played second base for Tarboro thanks to some pretty stellar defense. And if he can add offensively as well, they are going to be a very tough team to beat. As that one's outside for a ball, 2-1. Hilton this season hitting .220 at .327 on-base percentage. Hitting 7th in the River Bandits lineup tonight. 2-1 pitch, taken a bit low, 3-1 the count. The 3-1. Swung on, fought off the other way. Abbott moving back over at first, and he'll catch the soft fly ball in shallow right field for out number 2. Two quick outs here in the second inning for Cameron Lewis. And that'll bring Leighton Dupree up to the plate. Now, this is the first time the Steamers have seen Dupree all season. He was another late addition, just like Kevin Jones, who we saw earlier tonight. For Dupree, it's only his second game of the season in Tarboro. He's only had 2 plate appearances. So that one's inside for a ball, 1-0. Dupree went 1 for 2 in those 2 ABs. Probably going to get a lot more tonight. The 1-0 is swung on and missed. 1-1 the count. Cameron Lewis yet to allow a hit through his first inning and 2/3. With Coach Hill mentioning that we should expect to see 6 or 7 guys on the mound tonight. This could be Lewis's last inning, as that's a slow chopper over to third. Took a tough hop. Jared Beebe with a nice play, and his throw to first is in time. A 1-2-3 inning for Cameron Lewis on the mound. We'll head to the home half of inning number 2 with the game scoreless at historic Hicks Field. Hello and welcome back to historic Hicks Field, where we have our first pitching change of the night. It's early but expected from the River Bandits. Liam McFadden-Ackman coming in to pitch for Tarboro. He relieves Jay Bullock, who went the first inning, allowed a couple of base runners but held the Steamers scoreless. And I think we're going to see a lot of this tonight. The River Bandits going to throw a few different position players in this game. Jarrett May out in right field right now, slated to come in at some point tonight. And it works out for their batting order as well. The pitcher spot was set to come up to lead off the third, so they just throw McFadden-Ackman in there. He's thrown 1 inning on the mound this season. As Jared Beebe's up to the plate for the Steamers, he'll swing at the first pitch and pop it up in the infield. Moving under to making the catch is Johnson for out number 1. So 1 pitch, 1 out for Liam McFadden-Ackman. So in Liam's 1 inning of relief, he did not allow a run. He allowed a walk, but that was the only base runner that got on against him. And now that'll bring Hunter Cole up to the plate. Goes from the whole windup. This time he goes sidearm. 1-0 the count. Hunter getting the start out in left field tonight for the Steamers. So watch that one come across low for a ball. 2-0. Hunter Cole hitting .217 this season, a .286 on base percentage. He'll sling and line that one into right field for a base hit. It's the second hit of the night for the Steamers. They've got a man over at first with just 1 out in the inning. That'll bring Tyler West up to the plate with 1 out and Hunter Cole over at first. Tyler getting the start out in right field in this game, giving Jackson Hipp a night of just swinging the bat in the DH spot. And West will watch that one come across for a called strike at the knees, 0-1. Tyler hasn't played in a couple of nights, but went 1 for 3 and walked the last time he played, as McFadden-Ackman tries a pickoff move, just looks Hunter Cole back to the bag, as now he's from the stretch. And West is out in front of that one, breaks his bat. And West will just try and break it the rest of the way, and the count will move to 0-2. A lot of excitement from the River Bandits dugout on breaking West's bat. So he's got a new piece of lumber to swing, and you know he wants to put this one in play. Oh, and 2 the count to West. McFadden-Ackman from the stretch. Pitch. Outside, 1-2 the count. That one was close, and I think he thought he got it. He was walking off the mound and taps his chest, saying, "My bad." 1-2 pitch. Hunter Cole goes. Pitch down low. Dupree's throw to second is in time. That was a perfect throw from Leighton Dupree for out number 2. So all of a sudden there's 2 outs here in the inning. Liam McFadden-Ackman 1 strike away from his second scoreless inning of the season. The 2-2. Up high, 3-2 the count to West. Tyler hitting .176 this season, a .250 on base percentage. His 26th game of the summer. He'll swing and float that one out to shallow center field. Running back from shortstop is Jones, and it'll drop in over his head into center field. It's the 3rd hit of the night for the Steamers. The 2nd in the inning for Edenton, and Tyler West is aboard at first base. And that'll bring Bryce Stevens up to the plate as there's a little meeting on the mound between Leighton Dupree, the catcher, and Liam McFadden-Ackman, the pitcher for the River Bandits. So Hunter Cole getting caught stealing second proves to be a little bit more important now with another runner on first. Bryce Stevens will take the first pitch outside, 1-0. Stevens hitting ninth in the Steamer lineup tonight over at second base. And he'll chop that one foul down the left side. 1-1 the count. Bryce hitting .207 this season. A .381 on-base percentage. The fourth hitter to face McFadden-Ackman in the inning. The 1-1. He'll swing and chop that one foul again down the third base line, and now it's 1-2. So McFadden-Ackman's gotten ahead of the last couple of guys, got ahead of Tyler West before West worked the count full and got a single. Now he's ahead 1-2 against Bryce Stevens. Bryce coming off an 0-for-3 night on Saturday. Looking to get back in the hit column tonight. The 1-2 pitch is down and in. Things even up 2-2. Trying to keep the line moving here in the second and get the top of the order back up at the plate. The 2-2. That one's inside and it got him. Bryce Stevens hit by a pitch. He'll take first base as the Steamers now for the second straight inning have 2 men on and 2 outs. So now a bit more trouble for the River Bandits. We saw Jay Bullock work out of a 2-man-on jam, and now they'll look to Liam McFadden-Ackman to do the same. But he's going against the top of the order again. The Giesecke Gold Award winner, team MVP Nate Paulson up to the plate. First pitch, Paulson will take up high for a ball, 1-0. Nate struck out his first time up in this game. It's already the second pitcher of the night and his second at bat, and that one's across for a called strike, 1-1. McFadden-Ackman ready from the stretch with 2 men on. The 1-1. Outside, 2-1. For the Steamers, it's Tyler West down at second. He reached on a single. And Bryce Stevens over at first. He was hit by a pitch. The 2-1. Left outside, 3-1 the count. Nate's got a good eye. He'll work the count against anyone. He leads the Steamers with 24 walks this season. To go with his .336 batting average. He'll take up high. There's number 25. Nate Paulson is aboard with a walk. And the bases are loaded here in Edenton. And that'll bring Chase Bruno up to the plate with a chance to do a whole lot of damage. And now we're going to have a meeting out at the mound with River Bandits pitching coach Will Lozenak. Having a chat with McFadden-Ackman. So in the only other inning he's thrown this season, he allowed just 1 base runner. That was a walk. In this inning, he's allowed 2 hits. He's walked 1 and hit another guy with a pitch. But so far, the scoreboard result remains the same for Liam McFadden-Ackman. He hasn't allowed a run. But he's got no more free bases as Chase Bruno steps into the box. McFadden-Ackman from the stretch with the bases loaded. His first pitch is up high. 1-0 the count. He'll wipe for some dirt off the mound. Bruno grounded out his first time up tonight. Has a chance to start things off on the scoreboard for Edenton. The 1-0. He'll swing and ground it over to third. It'll be handled by Johnson. His throw to first is dug out at first by Dunn for out number 3. Liam McFadden-Ackman gets out of a bases-loaded jam on the mound. That's 2 scoreless innings here at historic Hicks Field. We'll head to the third with no score. The new 2022 Edenton Steamers merchandise is here. There are plenty of ways for you to pick up your Steamers gear. You can visit EdentonSteamers.com and place an order. Stop by Sound Feet Shoes of Edenton or head to the merchandise trailer located behind the first base dugout at historic Hicks Field. You can also pick up some of the brand new Chowan County Cantaloupes gear, but only at historic Hicks Field. Thank you for your support and repping your Steamers gear. Hello and welcome back to historic Hicks Field, where we've got a pitching change on the mound, this time for the Steamers. Blake Gibson into the game for Cameron Lewis. Lewis went the first 2 innings for Edenton through 2 scoreless innings, walked a couple of guys, allowed no hits. And the River Bandits, we've seen them go to 2 different pitchers through the first 2 innings, maybe a bit strategic, as now Liam McFadden-Ackman goes from the mound to the batter's box. Tarboro not using a designated hitter tonight. So this was where starter Jay Bullock was slated to hit, but McFadden-Ackman will step in for him. As Gibson's first pitch is down low for a ball, 1-0. For Gibson, this is his 11th appearance of the year, his 3rd in relief. He's 2nd on the team with 40 innings pitched, a 4.05 ERA, a 3-2 record. That one's grounded on the left side under a diving Bruno and into left field. It's a leadoff single for Liam McFadden-Ackman, and he's aboard here to begin the 3rd. And that'll bring James Moses up to the plate now for the River Bandits, the top of Tarboro's order. That's the first hit of the night for Tarboro, as Gibson will try and work around that leadoff single. So Gibson now working from the stretch against the center fielder Moses. He'll show bunt, he'll pull it back. It's down low for a ball. 1-0 is Jared Beebe creeping in over from third base for Edenton. So you can tell the type of game this is with how relaxed it is. Head coach for Tarboro, Grant Crosby, coaching third base, and assistant coach Ashton Roy out there chatting with him. So So that one's inside. 2-0 the count to Moses. Moses popped out his only time up in this game. The leadoff man started out in center field for Edenton tonight. For Tarboro tonight, as he'll take that one for a called strike, 2-1. He also started out there in the All-Star game that was here in Edenton a couple of weekends ago. The River Bandits had 14 All-Stars in total. The Steamers had 15. As that one's lined out towards right field. Moving in is Tyler West. It'll drop in front of him for a base hit. It's back-to-back singles to begin the inning for the River Bandits. They've got 2 men on and nobody out. The Steamers have put a couple men on in their first 2 innings. The River Bandits starting to put together a rally here in the third as Hunter McLean comes to the plate. Gibson's first pitch is across for a strike. They throw back to first, and barely back in is Moses. So it looked like that was a called strike on the pitch as Boyd tried to throw behind Moses, something he and Case Kermode do pretty often, but Moses barely back in safely. And that one floats in there for a called strike. Quickly 0-2. For Blake, this is his 6th game against the Tarboro River Bandits this season. He's certainly seen them a lot as the runners go. That one swung on and missed for strike 3. No throw from Jeremiah Boyd, so the runners both advance on the first out of the inning. So it's the first strikeout for Blake Gibson. But now it's McFadden-Ackman over at third and Moses down at second for Tarboro as Tyler Dunn steps into the box. The corner's right up against that infield grass for the Steamers as Dunn will foul that one the other way. Down the third base side, 0-1. Tate Abbott, first baseman for the Steamers, right up against the grass. Jared Beebe a little bit further back, a couple steps back. Pretty much right in line with third base. And the middle infielders shaded back towards center field on the outfield grass. The 0-1 is lined just past the diving Tate Abbott into right field. That's going to score 2 runs. Tyler West will get it in quickly. It's a 2-run single for Tyler Dunn. And the River Bandits take an early 2-0 lead. So Tarboro strikes first against Blake Gibson, and that'll bring Jarrett May up to the plate. May again has gone hitless in his last 2 games against Edenton. So that one's out and away. 1-0 the count to May. Now he doesn't have a hit tonight, but he did reach on a walk in his only plate appearance. May will foul it straight down. And the count will even up 1-1. Again, May a big threat at the plate no matter the importance of any game. He leads the Premier Collegiate League with 14 home runs. He also leads the league with 33 RBIs. He's a big power guy, but he also hits for a good average. .337 batting average for May as Gibson will check on Dunn over at first. For the Steamers, this is their 12th game against Tarboro this season as May will swing and miss. 1-2 the count. Steamers have struggled against the River Bandits so far, 3-8 this season, with a good chunk of those matchups coming in Tarboro. 5 of the 11 have, now 12 have been here at historic Hicks Field. And the Steamers, they've played them much better here at home, just 1-5 when they go to Tarboro. As Mayo flipped that one the other way and fouled on the right side. 1-2 the count. Steamers a pretty good home record as well, 19-5 here at historic Kicks Field. They're on a 3-game winning streak overall right now. All 3 of those wins came here in front of the home fans. 1-2 the count to Jarrett May. He'll leave that one up high, 2-2. Again, for Gibson, we've seen him a lot as a starter this season. He's tied for the team lead with 8 starts. So this is his 3rd relief appearance. He's done it more as of late. Coming in against Tarboro as a reliever, and he strikes out Jarrett May swinging. It's out number 2 here in the 3rd. It's a 2nd strikeout for Gibson. And that'll bring Kevin Jones up to the plate. And Jones will swing at the first pitch, grounded towards the middle, and it goes under a diving Chase Bruno into center field. It's the 4th hit of the inning for the River Bandits, and they've got 2 men on with 2 outs. It's the first time that Jones has reached tonight, and that'll bring Harrison Johnson up to the plate. Gibson trying to keep the deficit at just 2 here in the 3rd as Johnson will swing and miss at the first pitch. 0-1 the count. The 0-1's taken for a called strike. Quickly 0-2 now to Johnson. Johnson popped out in his only at-bat tonight. Swing and a miss. Blake Gibson with his 3rd strikeout of the inning. That'll wrap up the top half of the 3rd. The River Bandits do put 2 on the board thanks to a 2-run single from Tyler Dunn. We'll head to the home half of inning number 3 as the Steamers look to play from behind. Hello and welcome back to historic Kicks Field, where we've got another pitching change tonight. The third pitcher used by the River Bandits in what's now the third inning of this game. Tarboro coming in to pitch. So Tarboro, this is already their second position player they've thrown into the game. For Barango, he's thrown just one inning this season. Just like the man that preceded him tonight, Liam McFadden-Ackman had only thrown one inning coming into this game. And McFadden-Ackman kept the Steamers scoreless. Barango trying to do the same. He'll face 3, 4, and 5 in the Steamers order. It'll be Jeremiah Boyd leading things off. And he'll take that one for a called strike, 0-1. Boyd walked in his only plate appearance tonight. He'll swing and line that one back through the middle for a base hit. The fourth hit of the night for Edenton. It's the first time they've had the leadoff runner on tonight. As Tate Abbott will come to the plate now for the Steamers. Steamers have stranded some runners in each of the first two innings, trying to not let Jeremiah Boyd go to waste here in the third. Abbott swings and misses, 0-1 the count. Steamers have already left 5 runners on base tonight, and that's not including Hunter Cole getting thrown out trying to steal. The 0-1, Abbott out in front, 0-2. It's quite the change in velocity that the Steamers are used to seeing. Got to wait on these pitches just a bit longer with Barango lobbing them in. The 0-2, Abbott fights it off out towards second, could be 2. Hilton flips to second for 1. Jones' turn to first is not in time to get Abbott, but they do get the lead runner and out number 1. That'll bring Jackson Hipp up to the plate with 1 out here in the third, as the Steamers still looking to get to the Tarboro position players that are on the mound. Not sure if the Steamers will go that route at any point tonight. The Steamers have had 2 pitchers pitch in this game, with Cameron Lewis starting things off and Blake Gibson coming in relief as Hipp sends that one high out to left field. Moving back is McLean. That ball is gone! A 2-run home run for Jackson Hipp, and we're all tied here at historic Hicks Field. It's the 5th home run of the season for Hipp, and it's a 2-2 ball game. All you can do is face the pitchers they throw in front of you. Yeah, it's off a position player, but these stats still count. Again, the 5th home run for Jackson Hipp. He's up to 22 RBIs this season. And that'll bring Jared Beebe up to the plate. Beebe will take that one outside. 1-0 the count. For Jared, this is already the second pitcher he's faced tonight. He was the first guy to face Liam McFadden-Ackman, so it's the second position player that Beebe's faced. He popped out his only time at the plate tonight. And he'll chop that one over to short. Jones stays down on it. His throw to first is dug out by Dunn for out number 2. That'll bring Hunter Cole up to the plate now for the Steamers. Hunter with one of the 5 hits in this game for Edenton. Sparango working from a full windup now. Hunter will wait on that one, let it come down low, 1-0 the count. So again, Hunter out in left field tonight, singled in his first AB. And he'll wait on that one and leave it in the dirt, 2-0 the count. Steamers with 2 hits here in the inning after getting 2 back in the second. And Cole will take that one in the outside corner for a called strike, 2-1. Those runs and the home run from Jackson Hipp, the first runs that Ty Barango's given up this season. As that one floats across for a called strike, 2-2. You can tell the River Bandits trying just to have a lot of fun with this game, throw everybody out in different spots. Here comes the 2-2. Down and in on Cole. Count fills up 3-2. Cole, the 5th batter that Barango's faced in the inning. Here comes the 3-2. Down low, ball 4. It's the first walk of the game issued by Barango on the mound. It's the second time that Cole has reached base in this game. And that'll bring Tyler West up to the plate. Tyler West also with a hit tonight. He's 1 for 1. He'll take that one in the dirt, 1-0. His single came off Liam McFadden-Ackman, who we normally see over at first base for Tarboro, but he pitched the second inning tonight. West, a big swing and a miss, 1-1. So in Ackman's inning on the mound, he allowed 2 hits and a walk, but again held the Steamers scoreless. As West takes that one for a called strike, 1-2. At the very least, Barango trying to keep this game tied heading into the 4th. The 1-2. Swung on, chopped over to second. Handled and scooped over to second by Hilton for the final out of the inning. But the Steamers get 2 and tie this thing up. A 2-run home run from Jackson Hipp makes it a 2-2 ball game as we head to the 4th here in Edenton.
You guys want one of these t-shirts, you can get on your feet, make some noise.
The Steamers are proud to announce that Venture Tours, the official travel partner of the team for the 2022 season. Venture Tours is a family-owned business specializing in motor coach transportation. The owners have been in the motor coach industry for more than 40 years. A mixture of hard work and family legacy helped to create Venture Tours, one of the most successful motor coach companies in Hampton Roads, coastal Virginia. If you're interested in traveling with Venture Tours, give them a call at 757-494-1480 or visit venturebustours.com. Hello and welcome back to historic Hicks Field, where the Steamers and the River Bandits are all tied at 2. Another pitching change for Edenton. Tyrus Bumgardner into the game, the 3rd pitcher used tonight by the Steamers. He relieves Blake Gibson, who went an inning, allowed a couple of runs in the 2nd, or the 3rd, pardon me. Allen's inside on Zeke Hilton, who's up to the plate, 1-1 the count. For Bumgardner, this is his 10th appearance of the season. All have been in relief. He's thrown 13 2/3 innings, compiled a 3-0 record, a 4.61 ERA. And he blows one by Hilton, 1-2 the count. It'll be 7, 8, 9 in the River Bandits order due up here in the fourth, with Zeke Hilton leading things off. A long stare in from Tyrus. He's ready to go. The 1-2. Inside, and it got the umpire. It got by Hilton and Boyd. And the count will move to 2-2. Hilton, the second different pitcher he's used tonight, as for a lot of these guys, they're going to see about as many pitchers as they have plate appearances. Zeke popped out against Cameron Lewis, who started this game for Edenton, and now going up against Tyrus Bumgardner. So that one's outside, 3-2. Cool to see those guys pitch in the same game, both from West Virginia State University. Probably the two closest guys on this team. They're never separated. They're always here together. They checked into Edenton together. So that one's down low, ball 4. Zeke Hilton works the leadoff walk against Bumgardner. So now Bumgardner will try and follow Lewis's lead, and Cameron threw 2 scoreless innings in his first and only 2 innings of work. So Tyrus trying to keep the River Bandits scoreless between them. As Leighton Dupree comes to the plate now with nobody out. Dupree catching tonight for Tarboro. It's going to be a swing and a miss, and what's his second at bat of the night. Not only is the second at bat of the game, it's his second game of the season here for Tarboro. He's 1 for 2 so far this season, at least coming into tonight. That one got by Jeremiah Boyd. He won't throw down to second. So Zeke Hilton will advance with nobody out. And now Bumgardner and Boyd will have a chat. Tyrus is coming off of back-to-back scoreless appearances. He threw twice in July and didn't allow a run. 6 of his 9 appearances up to this point have been scoreless appearances. He's been able to do a lot of different things this season. He's relieved the team in the middle of games. He's also got a save this season as Dupree pops that one up back behind first. Abbott hustling down the line, and he's unable to make the sliding catch. He was running with his back completely to the infield as he slid to try and make an impressive grab. So the count moves to 1-2. Five hits tonight for Edenton, 4 on the board for the River Bandits. Steamers yet to throw a position player in this game. The River Bandits have thrown a couple so far. They may go a different guy every inning. The guy I'm looking forward to seeing is Jarrett May come onto the mound. He's yet to pitch this season for Tarboro, but he's expected to go at some point as Dupree will foul that one back, 1-2. Not often you see the league leader in home runs and RBIs pitch, but Jarrett May, not a pitcher, but he will get his first appearance. Once again, these games do not count for seeding in the postseason. They will go into the standings at the end of the year, and the stats for everybody's going to count. So as for Jackson Hipp, who had the 2-run home run, it came off a position player, but it's not his fault. He's got to swing it against whoever he's going against, and Hipp will take that home run on his stat line. Bumgardner's 1-2 is fouled off by Dupree, and we'll do it again at 1-2. Steamers do have a lot of regulars in the lineup tonight and out in the field. Tate Abbott over at first, Jace Bruno at short, Nate Paulson in center, Jeremiah Boyd behind the plate, Bryce Stevens at second, Hunter Cole in left. Those guys all made the all-star team at those positions for the Clams, who had 15 all-stars this season. As Dupree will watch that one outside, 2-2 the count. Good at bat here for the River Bandits catcher Dupree. With Hilton dancing off second for Tarboro, the 2-2 is a called strike three, and Boyd's going to throw down to second. Stevens will throw to third, and it's in time. One of the most unorthodox double plays you'll see, and all of a sudden there's 2 outs here in the fourth. Hilton's lead just kept getting longer and longer down at second, and Jeremiah Boyd finally caught him. And Bryce Stevens with a nice throw over to third. So now there's 2 outs as Tarboro comes to the plate. Barango up to the plate in the pitcher spot tonight as he'll foul that one away. 0-1 the count. So he's the second guy to hit in this spot, and although they're throwing position players on the mound, they are hitters in this lineup. Liam McFadden-Ackman came to the plate here after he pitched a scoreless second inning, and he singled. So now Tarboro, he gave up a couple of runs, so he's got to redeem himself at the plate even more. He'll pop that one up. Shallow right field. Bryce Stevens moves over from second. He's called off by Tyler Weston Wright, who makes the catch for the final out. A scoreless inning on the mound for Tyrus Bumgardner. We'll head to the home half of inning number 4, all tied at 2. Is your kid a fan of the Clam? Why not sign him up for the Steamers Kids Club, presented by Weatherly Insurance. Membership is free for kids ages 12 and under. They receive 4 free tickets, a club t-shirt, a discount to baseball camp, and an invitation to an exclusive meet and greet event with the players. You can visit EdentonSteamers.com and download a registration form today. Hello and welcome back to historic Hicks Field, where the Steamers and the River Bandits are all tied at 2. Thank you to everyone joining in tonight for this broadcast. I'm Luke Milai, and in this game it will not count in terms of playoff seeding, but it will go into the final standing. So these teams a bit more relaxed with the guys they have out there tonight. The River Bandits have thrown 2 position players on the mound, and one of them is out there right now for his second inning of work. Tarboro on the mound for Tarboro. His first pitch to Bryce Stevens is across for a called strike, 0-1. It'll be 9-1-2, and the Steamers ordered 2 up against Barango, who allowed 2 runs back in the third. And Stevens will chop that one down the line. Nice stop by Johnson at third. His throw all the way across. bounces on its way into Dunn. It took him off the bag, and Bryce Stevens is in safely. It's an infield hit for Bryce Stevens, the second time he's reached tonight. And for the second straight inning, the Steamers have a leadoff man reach as we're back to the top of the order. That's the sixth hit of the game for the Steamers as Nate Paulson comes to the plate. That one's down low, 1-0 the count. Paulson 0 for 1 so far. He walked in his last at bat. The man that was named the Gieske Gold Award winner, the team MVP back on Saturday. Grounds one to the middle, could be two. Jones flips to Hilton for one. Throw to first is offline and in the dirt, so Paulson's in safely. So they do get the lead runner and out number one here in the fourth. It's the second time tonight it's looked like a tailor-made double play ball for the River Bandits, and they've only been able to get the lead runner. Chase Bruno up at the plate now for Edenton. He's 0 for 2 in this game. Chase has Nate Paulson over at first with one out as Barango works from the stretch. And Bruno will take that one outside, 1-0. Chase again came into tonight leading the team with 49 hits. That's 13 more than any other Steamer. .350 batting average, .415 on base percentage. And he'll swing at the 1-0 and foul it off to the right side and out of play. 1-1 the count. Chase, also an award winner in this lineup, the Goodman Gold Glove Award winner. Given to the best Steamers defensive players. That one gets by Dupree. And Paulson's going to trot out to second. He's in scoring position with just one out. Chase has been one of the better defenders on this team, deemed the best by the coaching staff, and can't really blame him. He's made only 3 errors over there at shortstop, and he's made so many impressive defensive plays. He'll swing at the 2-1 and float it out to left field. Moving in, it'll hop in front of Hunter McLean. He'll get it in quickly. It's the first hit of the night for Chase Bruno, the second hit of the inning for Edenton. And they've got runners at the corners with just one out. If there's anyone you want at the plate right now, it's Jeremiah Boyd, as he'll take a trot up there. Jeremiah's reached twice in this game. He's walked and singled. It's his second time against Barango. We'll see if he took anything from his first at bat, other than maybe just the slow velocity. It's Nate Paulson over at third, Chase Bruno at first. And Boyd will swing and miss, 0-1 the count. Jeremiah's on one of the hotter streaks you'll see this season. Once again, 5 home runs in his last 5 games. He's behind the plate tonight for Edenton, one of 2 catchers on the team, with Case Kermode getting the night off tonight. The 0-1, Boyd will leave it down low. Bruno's going to take off for second, and there's no throw from Dupree. So the Steamers have 2 in scoring position now for Boyd. A chance for Jeremiah to do some real damage. Right now, he's second on the team with 23 RBIs. Tanner Thatch has led that category for just about almost the whole season. He's at 24. Jeremiah lifts that one high into right field, shallow right field. The second baseman, Hilton, will make the catch on the outfield grass. Paulson tries to draw a throw. And there's now 2 outs here in the inning. And that'll bring Tate Abbott up to the plate now for the Steamers. As Tarboro trying to get through his second inning on the mound. He had only thrown one this season. Usually the shortstop for the River Bandits. He had missed the last couple of games against the Steamers due to an injury, but he's back and healthy and getting out there on the mound tonight. So that one's down low to Abbott, 1-0. Tate's 1 for 2 in this game. He singled and grounded into a fielder's choice his last time up. And that one goes behind Abbott. It's caught by Dupree, and Barango taps his chest saying, "My bad." Abbott chuckling a bit as he pretends like he's going to go out there and charge the shortstop that's on the mound. And that one's up and away. Now maybe he doesn't want to pitch inside. 3-0 the count. It's also the second time that Abbott's faced Barango in this game. His 3-0 pitch comes across for a called strike, 3-1. Again, you'd have to wonder if guys are getting the green light in this game. Abbott looked like he was taken all the way. The 3-1. He'll swing and miss out in front of that one. 3-2 the count. Tate, the cleanup man, and the Steamers line up tonight over at first base defensively, trying to put Edenton ahead for the first time in this game. And Barango will step off. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled off to the left side. The count will remain 3-2. Steamers have already stranded 6 runners on base in this game, trying to avoid leaving any more out there. Here comes the 3-2 to Abbott. Swung on, lifted high out towards right field. Jarrett May moves back and he'll make the catch for out number 3. The Steamers strand a couple more here in the 4th. We'll head to inning number 5 at Historic Hicks Field, all tied at 2. Hello and welcome back to Historic Hicks Field, where the Steamers and the River Bandits are all tied up at 2 in the Clams' last home game of the regular season in 2022. We're back to the top of the order for the River Bandits offense. Tyrus Bumgarner on the mound for his second inning of relief here for Edenton. He threw a scoreless 4th inning, trying to pick things back up here in the 5th. As James Moses will lift that one into center field for a leadoff single. It's his second hit of the night. And the River Bandits have the leadoff man aboard for the 3rd straight inning. Hunter McLean up to the plate now for Tarboro. They now have 5 hits in this game. The Steamers have 7. McLean without a hit yet tonight. He's walked and struck out in this game. McLean getting the start out in left field tonight for Tarboro. We've seen him a lot at third base in these matchups, and Moses will take off. That one, it's a called strike. Thrown on to second is not in time. It was definitely a close play down there as Moses snags a bag. The count 0-1 now to McLean. The River Bandits put up their only 2 runs tonight on a 2-run single from Tyler Dunn back in the third. So that one's a bit off the plate for McLean. 1-1 the count. McLean hitting .284 and coming into tonight with a .437 on-base percentage. So he'll chop that one over to short. Bruno sprinting in. He's got it. His throw to first is in time for out number 1. But McLean does a job. He gets Moses over to third with less than 2 outs. And that'll bring Tyler Dunn up to the plate, the aforementioned one that's knocked in the only 2 runs tonight for Tarboro. As Bumgarner works from the stretch, as Moses takes his lead off third, about 90 feet away. That one's lifted high, foul territory, third base side. Jared Beebe's going to watch it fly out of play. 0-1 the count. Dunn 1 for 2 in this game with that 2-run single. Playing over at first base tonight. That's the first time we've seen him at first against the Steamers this season. The 0-1, he lines that one out towards right center field. Moving back to make the leaping catch is Tyler West. But tagging from third and scoring is James Moses. So Tyler Dunn has knocked in all 3 runs tonight. It is now 3-2 Tarboro. And that'll bring Jarrett May up to the plate now for Tarboro. That one's down low. It gets through Jeremiah Boyd. The count's 1-0. May looking for his first hit tonight against the Steamers. He struck out his last time up. That was against Blake Gibson. And he walked in his first at bat against Cameron Lewis. So now May facing his third different pitcher of this game. And he'll leave that one outside, 2-0. May came into tonight 0 for his last 7 against Edenton. He had reached 3 times with a few walks, and he's added on another walk tonight. But you know he'd love to get back into the hit department. So that one's inside, 3-0. The 3-0 on the outside corner to May. 3-1 the count. Again, Tyrus Bumgarner on the mound in his second inning of relief. Bumgarner's only going 2+ innings in 3 different games this season as that one's outside. May draws his second walk of the night. And the River Bandits have a man over at first with 2 outs in the inning. It'll bring Kevin Jones up to the plate. Looks like there's a special first base coach out there for Tarboro, Dane Hoggard. One of their utility guys over there coaching first. Kevin Jones at the plate. He's 1 for 2 tonight. He'll swing at the first pitch. Slow chopper over to third. Going to be a tough play. Beebe barehand throw to first is not in time. Jones legs out an infield hit. It's his second hit of the night. It's a tough play for Jared Beebe. He did the best he could on that one, and now there's 2 men on for Tarboro. That'll bring Harrison Johnson up to the plate now to face Bumgardner. The last man in this River Bandits lineup that is yet to face Tyrus. And he'll line that one back through the middle for a base hit. They're going to send May around third. Here's Paulson's throw. It is in time! Nate Paulson with his third outfield assist of the season, gunning down Jarrett May at the plate. The River Bandits do take the lead in the inning on an RBI sac fly from Tyler Dunn, but the damage was limited thanks to the big play from Nate Paulson. We'll head to the home half of inning number 5 with Tarboro ahead 3-2. Hello and welcome back to historic Hicks Field, where the Tarboro River Bandits are leading the Edenton Steamers 3-2 tonight. It'll be 5, 6, and 7 in the Steamers' order due up. It'll be Jackson Hipp leading things off against Ty Barango on the mound. It's the 3rd inning of relief for Barango, the usual shortstop for Tarboro. And Hipp swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1 the count. Hipp homered off of Barango the last time he was up. He had a 2-run blast. He accounts for both Steamers' runs tonight. The 0-1 is fouled straight down. Quickly 0-2 to Hipp. So we knew we were going to get a lot of position guys throwing for Tarboro, but I really didn't think we would see one of them throw at least 3 innings. As Hipp swings foul tip into the glove of Dupree. For out number 1, it's the first strikeout for Ty Barango on the mound, and it's out number 1 here in the 5th. Now the game itself doesn't count in terms of adding to the playoff seeding. It will impact the standings of the league, but the seedings for the postseason are already set with Tarboro at number 1, the Steamers at number 2, so that's why you're seeing some position guys out there. As Jared Beebe lifts one to shallow right field, it's caught out of the air by second baseman Zeke Hilton for out number 2. So each team taking a bit more laxed approach tonight, but I still think if you're the Steamers, you don't want to lose to a team that's throwing primarily position players when you're throwing a lot of your relievers, albeit in shorter spurts. So Hunter Cole's at the plate with 2 outs here in the inning, and He'll ground that one towards the middle and through for a base hit. It's the second hit of the game for Hunter Cole. It's the third time he's reached tonight. And the Steamers have a 2-out base runner here in the 5th. And that'll bring Tyler West up to the plate. Steamers with 8 hits in this game compared to the River Bandits 7. They've stranded some guys on the bases as West will line that one back through the middle for a base hit. Back-to-back singles for the Steamers. They've got runners at first and second with 2 outs. It's the second hit of the game for Tyler West as the Steamers are now up to 9 hits. And they're trying to pay it off here. They've left 8 men on base in this game. Bryce Stevens at the plate. He's reached in both of his plate appearances tonight. He'll take that one for a called strike, 0-1. Stevens was hit by a pitch back in his first at bat. He singled with an infield hit his last time up against Barango. He'll line that one the other way out to right field, but right at Jarrett May, who makes the leaping catch. The second straight scoreless inning on the mound for Ty Barango, who keeps the River Bandits out ahead. It is 3-2 Tarboro as we head to the 6th here in Edenton. Venture Tours is excited to announce the return of their Atlantic City Casino Day trips. You don't have to break your piggy bank to visit Atlantic City for the day. Tickets are $85 and you must be 21 years or older to participate. The trip includes $35 in free slot play at Resorts Casino. These Saturday trips offer exciting escorted trips where you can ride in comfort and luxury. If you're interested in traveling with Venture Tours, give them a call at 757-494-1480 or visit VentureBusTours.com. Venture Tours, the official travel partner of the Steamers for the 2022 season. Hello and welcome back to historic Hicks Field, where the Steamers are trailing the Tarboro River Bandits 3-2. As we're set to begin the top of the 6th inning. Logan Fleming into the game now for the Steamers. He's the 4th different pitcher used tonight by Edenton. He'll go up against the 7, 8, and 9 spots in the River Bandits order. It'll be Zeke Hilton leading things off. Fleming's first pitch is fouled straight back, 0-1 the count. Fleming started to get on the mound a lot more as of late. This is his 4th appearance of the season. He's thrown 8 innings, a 5.63 ERA, a 1-0 record, and a frequent voice on our last few broadcasts. Logan's been up here for a couple of different times. He was on here during the All-Star game, and I think that's what really sparked it, where he wanted to keep coming back. I love that he comes on. I mean, I'm lonely up here every night. So that one's inside on Hilton, 1-1 the count. Depending on how Coach Hill approached this game, I had asked a couple of different guys if they wanted to join in. A couple of guys that I think are some of the fan favorites here. Jeremiah Boyd, Chase Bruno, Hunter Cole. That one's outside. But Coach Hill wants to win every game. He has them all out there so far tonight. With the Steamers down 3-2, can't imagine we'd see any changes anytime soon. Those guys also accounting for some of the best players on the team, all of them all-stars this season. Zeke Hilton tonight has reached once in 2 plate appearances. He walked his last time up and popped out back in the second inning. He gets under that one, lifts it high out to shallow right center field. Moving in from center is Paulson, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. That'll bring Leighton Dupree up to the plate for Tarboro. He'll take the first pitch down low for a ball, 1-0. Dupree 0 for 2 so far tonight. He's grounded out and struck out in this game. He's faced Cameron Lewis and Tyrus Bumgardner. Logan Fleming, the third pitcher he's faced. So that one's on the outside corner for a called strike, 1-1. Fleming from the windup. Here comes the 1-1. Up high, 2-1. Again for the uninformed, Leighton Dupree in only his second game of the season for Tarboro. So that one's outside, 3-1. And if we look ahead to the next half inning, I think we're going to see a pitching change for Tarboro. It looks like Jarrett May was just warming up down in the bullpen. We were told from the get-go that May was going to get a shot on the mound tonight. He would be the third position player to pitch for Tarboro in this game. As that one's down low from Fleming, ball 4. And Dupree works a walk. It's the first time he's reached tonight. So now the man that's thrown the last 3 innings of relief for Tarboro, Ty Barango, up to the plate. He's normally over at shortstop for the River Bandits, but he's now getting his second at bat of the game. He's thrown 3 innings. It's been all around performance for Barango. Barango takes up and in, 2-0. Barango popped out his only time up tonight, and the River Bandits not using a DH tonight. They left the pitcher spot in the lineup. Jay Bullock started this game. He never got an at-bat. Liam McFadden-Ackman came in to hit for him and then pitched the second inning before Barango came in to pitch the next 3. He'll line that one over to second. It's caught by Stevens. Throw back to first is in time to double up Dupree. It's a line drive double play to wrap up the 6th inning. A scoreless one on the mound for Logan Fleming. We'll head to the home half of inning number 6 here in Edenton with the Clams trailing by 1. Edenton IT has all your repair needs. Another cracked phone screen, they've seen it. A computer virus has taken over, they've battled it. Time for a software update, hand it over. In dire need of family filtering? Well, every family needs that. Call Edenton IT at 252-573-4591 and visit them online at edentonit.com. No one likes to strike out by missing a Zoom call, losing data, or having a slow computer. Once again, call them at Edenton IT at 252-573-4591 for all your computer service needs, or visit them at 203 South Broad Street in downtown Edenton. Another pitching change for the River Bandits here to begin the bottom of the sixth. It's Jarrett May on the mound. It's the first time that May has pitched this season. He's going up against the top of the Steamers order. Jarrett May, the third different position player to pitch in this game for Tarboro. They lead 3-2. He relieves Ty Barango, who threw 3 innings on the mound, allowed a couple of runs. Check swing from Paulson. They check down at first. He didn't go on a pitch up high. 1-0. So for Jarrett May, these other position players had thrown in 1 inning before. It is the first inning of the season for Jarrett May, as that one's outside, 2-0. Now, I was informed by Carter Hill, the announcer for the Tarboro River Bandits, that May did pitch in high school. So he's got some experience on the mound. Nothing yet at the collegiate level, as that one's up high, 3-0. So maybe this is where the Steamers will try and take advantage, or maybe if they put a ball out to right field, because that's where May came from, as that one's across for a called strike. It's Jared Davis, the right-handed pitcher for the River Bandits, taking over out in right field. And May to leave that one up high, ball 4. It's the second walk that Paulson has drawn tonight. And the leadoff man is aboard for the Steamers here in the 6th. That'll bring Chase Bruno up to the plate here with nobody out and a runner over at first. Bruno 1 for 3 in this game for the Steamers. Jarrett May, now the 4th different pitcher that Bruno has faced in this game in what's now his 4th at bat. And he'll take on the outside corner for a called strike, 0-1. So May now working from the stretch with Paulson over at first. The 0-1 pitch. Bruno grounds it over to short, could be 2. Jones flips to second for 1. Hilton's turn to first is into the dirt. Unable to be dug out by Dunn. Looked like Bruno would have beat it out. So again, the River Bandits get the lead runner for the first out in the inning. That's the 3rd time tonight they've had a ball like that where could have been a double play. They were unable to turn it completely. But they do always get that lead runner. And now Jeremiah Boyd will come to the plate to face Jarrett May. And Boyd will take that one inside for a ball, 1-0. Now these are guys that talk before just about every game between these two teams, so I'm sure whoever wins this battle will certainly have some bragging rights. As Boyd takes that one up high, 2-0. Jeremiah 1 for 2 in this game, a single, and he's also reached with a walk. The 2-0 from May. Bruno takes off. That one's in the dirt. Throw it on to second is high. And Chase is in there with a stolen base. Chase Bruno with his 8th stolen base of the season. Puts him at 3rd on the team. Jeremiah, we'll see if he gets the green light here with a 3-0 count. With a runner out in scoring position and 1 out. He takes that one for a called strike, 3-1. The River Bandits have had one pitcher that's usually a pitcher throw tonight. That was Jay Bullock. He threw the first inning, got into a bit of trouble, but escaped it scoreless. As that one's outside, ball 4. The second walk of the inning for Jarrett May on the mound. It's the second walk for Jeremiah Boyd, the third time he's reached in the game. And that'll bring Tate Abbott up to the plate with 1 out here in the 6th. It's the 4th AB of the game for Abbott. He's 1 for 3 tonight. He'll swing at the first pitch, get under it, and lift it straight back and foul. 0-1 the count. For Tate, Jarrett May's the third different pitcher he's faced tonight, and it's another situation where Tate Abbott has a couple men aboard. Hasn't been able to pay it off so far as the count's 1-1. It's going to be interesting to see. I wonder if the River Bandits will keep Jared Davis out there and right, maybe throw him into pitch if this game's close late. So that one's up high on Abbott. 2-1 the count. They've gone all position players since the second inning. Liam McFadden-Ackman threw that second inning. He was scoreless. Tarboro through the next 3 innings. He allowed a couple of runs, but kept his team ahead. Abbott leaves that one up high. Jarrett May leaving him a bit up right now. It's the count's 3-1. He's already walked 2 in the inning with his team ahead by 1. Abbott will ground that one hard and fouled on the first base line. And the count will fill up 3-2. If you're Jarrett May, I think right now your biggest concern is just getting it across the plate and hoping that Abbott hits it right at someone. That's how a couple of these Steamers rallies have ended. With line drives out to right field. There's a fly ball out to right center field. We'll see if Davis gets tested. He'll be called off by the center fielder, Moses, who gets it in. And it's caught for out number 2. Chase Bruno will tag and head over to third. So now it's runners at the corners for the Steamers with 2 outs. As Jackson Hips up to the plate. Hips responsible for the only 2 runs that have come across for Edenton tonight. He had a 2-run home run off of Barango. The first pitch from May is across for a called strike, 0-1. Steamers have stranded 10 base runners in this game. Jackson Hip trying to pay off the 2 out there right now, and he'll take down low. 1-1 the count. Hip once again had an RBI double the last time he faced the River Bandits, so he's hitting well against Tarboro right now. As that one's called on the outside corner for a called strike, 1-2. So it's back-to-back games with an RBI extra base hit for Hip. But he's behind 1-2 against Jarrett May, trying to throw a scoreless inning in relief. Swung on, barely got a piece of it, fouls it back into the netting. The count will remain 1-2. It's Chase Bruno over at third. He reached on a fielder's choice, and Jeremiah Boyd at first, who walked. 1-2 the count to Jackson Hip with 2 outs. Outside, it gets a bit by Dupree, not far enough for Bruno to come home, and now Dupree threw it away. Bruno's going to come in to score, and this game is tied. Wow, the ball got away from Dupree. Bruno didn't come home. It wasn't quite far enough away, and Dupree threw it home anyway. Jarrett May wasn't quite covering because Bruno wasn't coming home. And all of a sudden, this game is tied 3-3. 2-2 now, the count to Jackson Hip. He'll take that one up high, 3-2. You know that's got to eat at Jarrett May a little bit. He didn't give up the big hit that would have brought home the run. But his pitch was in the dirt. But a tough break for the River Bandits as Hip will foul that one to the right side and out of play. So now Jeremiah Boyd is down at second. He was advancing on the play regardless. So he stands in scoring position for Hip. The 3-2 pitch is fought off to the right side, and it'll drop foul harmlessly into the fence. The count will remain 3-2. For Jeremy, we've seen him as the designated hitter almost all season for Tarboro. That's where he made the All-Star game. He started out in right field tonight. Now he's on the mound, and he gives up a floater out to the shortstop, Jones. It's caught for out number 3. The Steamers do get one back here in the 6th thanks to an error by Leighton Dupree. And we're all tied up at 3 as we head to the 7th here in Edenton. Hello and welcome back to historic Hicks Field, where the Steamers and the River Bandits are tied 3-3 as we're set to begin the 7th inning. Hello and welcome back to this broadcast of Steamers Baseball on the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel. I'm Luke Milai. We've got a new hitter here to begin the 7th. It'll be Landon Higgerson batting for the River Bandits. They've thrown a couple of position players on the mound, so now they're getting a pitcher out at the plate. For Higgerson, he's got 2 at-bats this season. He's 0 for 2 in those ABs. And he's hitting for James Moses, so that'll remove Moses from the game. Not sure if Higgerson's going to go out there and play center. He shows bunt like Moses, and he'll take up high, 1-0. Logan Fleming on the mound for his 2nd inning of relief for Edenton. Through a scoreless 6th inning to keep the Clams within reach, and they ended up tying the game in the bottom half of the 6th as the count's 1-1. That's swung on and missed by Higgerson, 1-2. So we've seen 3 position players pitch for Tarboro. We've already seen 1 pitcher in the outfield. That was Jared Davis in right. Landon Higgerson may be the next to go out there. 1-2 pitch, floats a bit outside, 2-2. Again, Higgerson hitting for James Moses, who went 2 for 3 tonight at the plate. 2-2's down low, 3-2 the count. So again, the reason we're seeing a bit of switches by these teams, a little bit more lax strategies, is this game will not impact any playoff seeding. That wrapped up on Saturday. This is the final home regular season game for the Steamers as Landon Higgerson has reached base for the first time this season. He draws a walk to lead off the 7th. And that'll bring Hunter McLean to the plate. He's still without a hit tonight. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. Logan Fleming will move to the stretch. His first pitch is swung on and missed by McLean, 0-1. Hunter McLean out in left field tonight for the River Bandits. He may be the only player that's meant to play in the outfield that'll be out there in the next inning. So that one's just off the plate, maybe a bit high. 1-1 the count. Again, Fleming, the 4th different pitcher used by the Steamers tonight. McLean will take that one for a called strike, 1-2. Cameron Lewis started this game, went 2 scoreless innings on the mound. Blake Gibson relieved him, threw an inning, allowed a couple of runs. Tyrus Bumgardner went 2 innings and allowed just 1. And now it's been Logan Fleming for the last inning, and now this being his 2nd. That one's down in the dirt. 2-2 now the count to McLean. Now, despite Higgerson not having much hitting experience, McLean sure has a lot of it. 135 plate appearances this season for McLean. That's 3rd on the team, just behind James Moses and Liam McFadden-Ackman. That one's a bit outside. 3-2 now the count to McLean. Fleming walked Higgerson to lead off the inning. He's over at first. The 3-2. Up and in, ball 4. It's back-to-back walks for Logan Fleming, and the River Bandits have runners at first and second with nobody out. And the man that's knocked in all 3 Tarboro runs tonight, Tyler Dunn, coming up to the plate. Oh, pardon me, he's being pinch hit for by Connor Vukovic, another reliever for the River Bandits. Not expected to pitch tonight, but Vukovic now into the game to hit. He'll take for a called strike, 0-1. So Landon Higgerson, the first reliever for Tarboro to hit in this inning. He walked. He's down at second, and now Vukovic at the plate. For Vukovic, this is his first at-bat of the season. He'll take inside, 1-1. Or pardon me, Vukovic does have 1 at-bat. He struck out in that at-bat. He's the 3rd different River Bandit tonight that's come to the plate with 2 or less plate appearances this season. He'll swing and slowly hit that one out to short. Bruno's flipped to second for 1. Throw to first is not in time. So the River Bandits have runners at the corners. The Steamers do get 1 out. And that'll bring Jarrett May up to the plate. When he was on the mound for Tarboro, the Steamers tied things up, so he'll try and help himself out on the mound. May without a hit, but he's reached twice with 2 walks. He's also struck out. He's got runners at the corners. They're both relief pitchers. Now the man that's pitching in this game at the plate, normally just a hitter. May sends that one high in the air out to left center field. Moving over is Hunter Cole from left. He'll make the catch. Higgerson tags. And Cole gets it in quickly, so Higgerson will hold at third. That's a big second out for Logan Fleming. And that'll bring Kevin Jones up to the plate. Jarrett May doesn't have a hit in his last 3 games against the Steamers, after he had just torched them the first about 7 or 8 times these teams have played. Jones at the plate. He's 2 for 3 in this game. And he'll take for a called strike, 0-1. Fleming trying to work out of trouble here in the 7th and keep the Steamers ahead. Jones will take up high, 1-1. For Kevin Jones, once again, it's just his 5th game of the season with the River Bandits. It was picked up right at the deadline to pick guys up last week. One of a few guys added by Tarboro as they've shut some guys down for the season. So that one's in the dirt. Nice stop by Jeremiah Boyd. Count will move to 2-1. So Jones coming into tonight had only had 14 at-bats, but he was hitting .429 in those at-bats. And once again, he's got a couple more hits tonight. So Jones is the guy the River Bandits want at the plate. One of just 2 guys with multiple hits tonight. The River Bandits have 7 hits in total. The Steamers with 9. The 2-1. Floated out towards center. Nate Paulson's moving back towards the track, and he'll reach up and make the running catch. A big play right at the wall for Nate Paulson for the final out here in the 7th. The River Bandits strand runners on the corners to keep this game tied. We'll head to the home half of inning number 7, all tied at 3. Hello and welcome back to Historic Hicks Field, where we've got a lot of changes in the field for Tarboro. As Jared Beebe's at the plate to lead things off against Zeke Hilton. He'll send one high out to right center field, back to the wall, and that's up against the wall. Beebe's heading into second. He'll have a stand-up double to lead off the 7th. It's his first hit of the night. As Zeke Hilton on the mound is the 4th position player to throw in this game for Tarboro. And now the defensive changes. Chase Heath in behind the plate to catch for Tarboro. Connor Vukovic over at first for the River Bandits. Harrison Johnson at second. Kevin Jones remains at short. Jarrett May goes from the mound to third. Landon Higgerson, who just hit and is a relief pitcher, is out in left field. Hunter McLean moved from left to center, and Jared Davis, who's also a pitcher, is still out in right. It's Hunter Cole at the plate. He's reached all 3 times tonight. He'll swing on a pitch from Hilton, line it fouled on the first base side. The count will move to 1-1.
Gail Boyd is the winner of the single strike. Gail Boyd.
Zeke Hilton has not pitched an inning yet this season, just as Jarrett May before him had not. 1-1, misses outside, 2-1. Cole takes that one for a called strike, 2-2. Sometimes I think the worry with position players pitching is it's not only the velocity, but it's the control, and I think these guys have done a good job of just throwing strikes and hoping the Steamers don't hit it over the fence. Clams with 10 hits tonight, as River Bandits with 7, and they're tied up at 3. The Steamers have only thrown pitchers tonight. That one's inside on Cole. Count will fill up 3-2. Three and two the count to Hunter Cole. As that one's outside, ball 4. Hunter Cole draws a walk. It's the 4th time he's reached tonight. And the Steamers have runners at first and second with nobody out. And we'll have a pinch hitter here, Davis Halstead, coming in for Tyler West. Halstead was actually in the field earlier in this game. So the night is done for Tyler West. He went 2 for 3 at the plate. As Halstead will try and pay things off. Steamers with 10 hits and 5 walks in this game. Halstead will show bunt. He'll get one down foul. The count moves to 0-1. Steamers trying to use a bit of small ball here to take the lead late in this game. So for Halstead, it's his first at-bat tonight. He's now played in 20 games this season, hitting .385, albeit just 39 at-bats for Halstead. He's gotten a bit more here towards the end of the season. So he'll take that one off the plate. 1-1 the count. Halstead didn't play in the last game for Edenton. Before that, he went 0 for 4 against the Norfolk Redbirds on a start out in center field for the first time this season. 1-1, he'll show bunt again. He'll get it down fouled on the first base side. And the count moves to 1-2. Now we'll see if Halstead gets to swing away against Zeke Hilton. Again, that's really the story of this game. The game will not impact any playoff seeding this season, with these teams already locked in their spots. Tarboro in number 1, Edenton in number 2 in the 6-team Premier Collegiate League. 1-2 outside, and count will even up 2-2. But this game will count for their overall records. It was added later in the season when it was recognized that these were the teams that were going to get that first round bye. Didn't want to give them each 5 days off and rack up the rust. So just trying to stay warm here. Tarboro doesn't want to throw really anybody. It's the 2-2, and Halstead will pop it up behind the plate. Heath will give it a look before it bounces back and out of play. 2-2 the count. Again, it's Jared Beebe down at second, who led the inning off with a double, and Hunter Cole over at first, who walked. Hilton still trying to record his first out on the mound. The second baseman for Tarboro, pitching his first inning of the season. That one's on the outside corner, called strike 3. And Halstead's down looking. It's a strikeout for Zeke Hilton, and it's out number 1 here in the 7th. And that'll bring Bryce Stevens up to the plate. Bryce is 1 for 2 in this game. He was also hit by a pitch. He'll take up high, 1-0. Stevens, his 4th at-bat of the night. That one goes up over his head. Heath back to get it, and both runners will advance. So the Steamers take away the forces at 2nd and 3rd. They've got 2 in scoring position with just 1 out. They've left 11 on base tonight, trying to avoid growing that number here in a 3-3 game. Hilton's pitch. Just off the plate, 3-0 the count. Jarrett May over at 3rd is near the infield grass, and based off what we've seen tonight, doesn't seem like Stevens will have the green light. The 3-0. Up high, ball 4. It's the 3rd time Bryce has reached tonight. And we're back to the top of the order for the Steamers lineup with the bases loaded and just 1 out. Nate Paulson up at the plate. He's without a hit tonight, but he has reached with a couple of walks. He's got Jared Beebe over at 3rd, Hunter Cole down at 2nd, and Bryce Stevens over at 1st. The corners are a bit in for the River Bandits. As Paulson will take that one outside in the dirt, 1-0. Nate starting out in center field for the Steamers tonight, trying to play a hero late in this game as that one's outside, 2-0. Steamers trying to take the lead late in what's their final regular season home game. That one's low, 3-0. The Steamers 19-5 at home this season. Trying to make it number 20 tonight, and Nate Paulson's 1 ball away from putting the Steamers ahead. The 3-0. Up high, ball 4. Nate Paulson gives the Steamers their first lead of the night. It's an RBI walk for Nate. It's his 3rd walk of the game. And the Steamers take the lead. They're still threatening here in the 7th as Chase Bruno comes to the plate. Chase 1 for 4 in this game with a single. But he has a chance to break this thing wide open. The River Bandits have used 5 pitchers in this game, Zeke Hilton being the 4th position player. Bruno takes that one up high, 1-0. So Hilton's walked 3 in the inning, and he's also allowed a double. Trying to find the strike zone here against Chase Bruno. Back-to-back pitches up high, 2-0 the count. Now you'd have to wonder what the leash is like for Grant Crosby in this game, the head coach of the Tarboro River Bandits. He's thrown position players out there the whole night. How long do you let one go if you can't find the zone? That one's down low, 3-0. 7 consecutive balls from Zeke Hilton. He's already walked 2 straight. That one's across for a called strike, 3-1. But the situation remains the same for Chase Bruno as it was for Nate Paulson. A walk would bring home another run. Up high, ball 4. It's the third straight walk from Zeke Hilton, and it's the second straight that's walked in a run. It's now 5-3 Edenton. And it looks like we're going to have a conversation on the mound. Might be another pitching change here for the River Bandits. And while they've got 2 pitchers out there defensively, they're going to go to another position player. It looks like Harrison Johnson is going to come from second and come into this ball game with the Steamers ahead by 2 and the bases loaded. It'll be the 6th different pitcher used tonight by Tarboro when we come back. Hello and welcome back to Historic Hicks Field as the Steamers are out ahead of the Tarboro River Bandits by 2, and Tarboro's throwing their 5th position player of the night on the mound. It's Harrison Johnson coming into the game for Zeke Hilton, who could not find the strike zone. Steamers have the bases loaded with just 1 out as Jeremiah Boyd's at the plate. He'll take a called strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1's up and in. 1-1 the count, and Jeremiah jokingly stares at Johnson. The man that usually is the utility guy, but not utility in the sense of being on the mound. For Johnson, it's his first appearance on the mound this season. As Boyd gets under it, lifts it high on the third base side, foul territory. Jarrett May over at third will give it a look as it drifts foul, 1-2 the count. Almost nobody out there for Tarboro is at their regular position. Chase Heath behind the plate, Zeke Hilton at second, and Kevin Jones at short are the only 3 that are at their usual spots. There's 2 pitchers out in the field. There's Jarrett May over at third, who's usually the DH. Pardon me, there's 3 pitchers in the field. Jared Davis in right, Connor Vukovic at first, and Landon Higgerson in left. As Boyd will take that one up and in, 2-2 the count. Zeke Hilton started this inning for Tarboro. He walked 4 batters in the inning and allowed a double. Steamers put 2 on the board to take a 5-3 lead. Boyd will ground that one hard down the line and foul. The count will remain 2-2. It's Bryce Stevens over at third, Nate Paulson down at second, and Chase Bruno over at first. They've all reached on a walk tonight. The 2-2. Boyd gets under it, lifts it high out towards left center field. It'll be McLean from center coming all the way over to left to make the catch. His throw goes into third as Stevens is in standing up. It's a sac fly for Jeremiah Boyd, and the Steamers now lead it 6-3. It's the third run of the inning for the Steamers as Tate Abbott will come up to the plate. Johnson's first pitch is up high to Abbott, 1-0. Tate's 1 for 4 in this game. He singled back in the first inning. He's gone hitless since. He'll take that one outside. 2-0 the count. So once again, Johnson's the third different pitcher to make his debut tonight. Third different position player to make his debut on the mound. As that one's off the plate to Abbott, 3-0. Meanwhile, on the Steamers side, they've gone all pitchers tonight on the mound in a game that will not affect any playoff seeding. So that one's across for a called strike. 3-1. Johnson working from the stretch with 2 men on and 2 outs here in the 7th. The 3-1. Abbott swings and misses, 3-2. Steamers, they've scored 3 in the inning, only 1 hit in this inning. That was a leadoff double from Jared Beebe. The 3-2, the runners are off, and that one's outside, ball 4. That's the 5th walk of the inning for the Steamers, and the bases have reloaded here in the 7th. That'll bring Jackson Hipp up to the plate now with the bases loaded. Hipp got the scoring started for Edenton with a 2-run home run back in the 3rd. He's got a chance to really break this thing open here against Johnson. That one's up high, 1-0. Hipp takes that one up high, 2-0 the count. The Steamers have already walked in 2 runs in this inning. They've walked 5 times total in the inning. As Hipp sends that one high out towards left field, moving over is Higgerson. He's back and he'll make the catch on the warning track. The relief pitcher makes a play out in left field to retire the side. The Steamers get 3 in the inning on a couple of walked-in runs and a sac fly from Jeremiah Boyd. We'll head to the 8th inning here at historic Hicks Field with the Steamers ahead by 3. Who's ready to rock? The first annual Clam Jam is coming up on Saturday, September 24th. We'll welcome 3 awesome bands to jam out at historic Hicks Field. Starting at 4 p.m. that afternoon, PB&J will take the stage, followed by the Eric Dunlow Band at 6, and the headlining Daniel Jordan Band at 8. Advance tickets will be available at EdentonSteamers.com for $15 or can be purchased at the gate that night for $20. Bring your lawn chair and take the field for the rockin' event. Numerous food and beverage options will be available all night. We hope to see you there. Hello and welcome back to historic Hicks Field and what's been an unusual game tonight. The Steamers out ahead 6-3 over the Tarboro River Bandits. Chris Morris on the mound for the Steamers. As Harrison Johnson's at the plate, he'll take a ball. And Johnson was just on the mound for the River Bandits. Their 5th different position player used to pitch tonight. They've used 6 pitchers in total. And again, Tarboro going almost all position guys because this game will not impact any playoff seeding as Johnson gets under that one, lifts it back and foul. 1-1 the count. So Tarboro's had 3 pitchers out in the field. They've got 6 guys that have pitched. 5 of them have been position players. For the Steamers, they've gone almost classic baseball. They've had an opener, Cameron Lewis, through the first 2 innings on the mound. It's been a bullpen game for them. Chris Morris is the 5th different Steamer to take the mound tonight. It's that one just under the feet of Harrison Johnson. 2-1 the count. For Chris Morris on the mound, it's his 13th appearance of the season. He's thrown 21 2/3 innings. He's compiled a 5-1 record, a 2.49 ERA. The 2-1. Up high, 3-1 the count. So the River Bandits have some work to do here in the 8th. Now trailing by 3 after the Steamers' 3-run 7th inning. The Steamers have scored 4 in a row overall. Johnson lifts that one high out towards right center field. Moving over is Nate Paulson, and he'll make the catch right on the warning track for out number 1. And that'll bring Zeke Hilton up to the plate. He's also pitched in this game. He started over at second, eventually came in to throw in the last inning. He didn't complete a full inning. He got just 1 out. And now is back at second base. He'll show bunt, get one down, and hit the bat on the bounce back up. And the count's now 0-1. So with this game not mattering for the playoffs, it does go in the overall standings at the end of the year, but I think both teams are looking ahead to the postseason. And both of these teams will get a first-round bye, being the top 2 seeds in the Premier Collegiate League. So that one's up high. Tarboro has the 1st seed. They're going to host a playoff game on Thursday. The Steamers, with the 2nd seed, going to also host a playoff game on Thursday. Hilton fouls that back. Their opponents are still to be decided. The first round of the PCL playoffs will take place tomorrow at Lakewood Park in Norfolk, Virginia. The 4 other teams in the PCL all playing at Lakewood tomorrow in a doubleheader to decide who will travel to Tarboro and who will travel to Edenton. It's the 1-2's outside, 2-2 the count. And the Steamers will face the highest remaining seed. They're not going to face a specific winner from each matchup. Now, if Greenbrier, they're the 3 seed. If they win their game, that will be the Steamers' opponent because they're the highest possible remaining seed. As Hilton fouls that one to the right side and out of play. Count will remain 2-2. Greenbrier will play the Suffolk Voyagers tomorrow. That's the 3 versus 6 seed matchup. And the Virginia Beach Sea Dogs, who are the 4 seed, will play the Norfolk Redbirds, the 5th seed, as the other matchup tomorrow. The 2-2 swung on, fouled away by Hilton again. So again, those matchups are tomorrow at Lakewood Park. Steamers are back in action tomorrow night against the River Bandits as Hilton fouls that one away again. That'll be in Tarboro this time. Again, it will not impact any standings because the playoffs will be beginning that day. But these games, again, being added here in August, so the Steamers and the River Bandits didn't have 4 or 5 days off before their playoff game. Didn't want to build up any rust. That one just misses, maybe a bit up from Chris Morris. 3-2 the count. It's been a good at-bat for Zeke Hilton at the plate. He's fouled off a few two-strike pitches. He's reached once tonight with a walk. He's 0 for 2 otherwise. The 3-2, fouled straight back. And the count will remain 3-2. Zeke Hilton came into this game hitting .220. Hasn't been able to raise that with a hit yet tonight. He gets on base at a .327 percentage. 3-2 is outside ball 4. Quite an at-bat for Zeke Hilton, and he's aboard with 1 out here in the 8th. It's the second time he's walked tonight, and the River Bandits have a man aboard. It'll be Chase Heath coming to the plate for the first time in this game. Heath comes in for Leighton Dupree, who started this game behind the plate. As Heath will let that one come across for a called strike, 0-1. Now Chase Heath, albeit a late addition into this game, he is one of the better hitters for the River Bandits this season. He's hitting .412, a .456 on-base percentage, 6 home runs, and 31 RBIs. He leads, or he's second in the Premier Collegiate League behind teammate Jarrett May, who has 33. So the River Bandits, although they've had a lot of pitchers hit and they've had a lot of position players pitch, they're still trying to work back into this game. With the count 1-1. Morris from the stretch, the pitch up high, 2-1. 11 different pitchers used in this game by both teams. Two ones outside, 3-1 the count to Heath. It's Zeke Hilton over at first, who drew a walk with 1 out. And it looks like it's Jared Davis waiting in the on-deck circle for the River Bandits. So that one swung on and fouled away by Heath. Count will fill up 3-2. Chase Heath done a lot of damage to the Steamers, hitting .379 over his last 7 games against Edenton. 4 home runs, 9 RBIs. 4 of his 6 home runs have come against the Clams this summer. Morris is ready, another full count. The 3-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and Boyd throws down to second as Hilton steals late. And he'll be into second, but there is now 2 outs here in the 8th. It's the first strikeout of the game for Chris Morris. And now Jared Davis will come to the plate. For Davis, it's his first at-bat of the season. He's the 4th different River Bandit who's hit with 2 or less plate appearances coming into tonight. And he'll take outside corner for a called strike, 0-1. That one's outside. Boyd thought about throwing back to second. The count's 1-1. Now he's caught Zeke Hilton out there already, throwing behind him, getting a big lead off second base, and it was the final out of an inning. As Davis floats that one into right field for a base hit. It's picked up by Hip. They're not going to send Hilton, so the runner's at the corners as Jared Davis has his first hit of the season. Runners at the corners is another man looking for his first hit of the season. Another pitcher for Tarboro. Landon Higgerson will come up to the plate. Higgerson only had 2 plate appearances coming into tonight. He was 0 for 2. He did walk his only time up tonight. And if he can somehow figure out a way to get on base, Hunter McLean waiting on deck. Higgerson takes up high, 1-0. Morris still working from the stretch, trying to keep a scoreless inning of relief here as Higgerson floats that one the other way. Moving in is Halstead. It's going to drop in for a hit. It's an RBI single for Landon Higgerson. Back-to-back hits from River Bandits pitchers, and it's now a 6-4 ball game. It's the second time Higgerson has reached tonight. Jared Davis has the wherewithal to go from first to third. So runners still at the corners. It's a 2-run game. And now Hunter McLean's at the plate. And now Hunter McLean, he does hit. He's 0 for 2 tonight. He's walked twice, and he'll take outside, 1-0. McLean started this game out in left field for Tarboro. He's since moved to center as Landon Higgerson came into the game to play left. And that one's down low, 2-0. Now, you have to wonder for McLean, is there any extra incentive to swing the bat with another pitcher waiting on deck in Connor Vukovic? But we've seen back-to-back pitchers with hits for Tarboro, so maybe he'll continue the trend if he comes up. 2-0, he'll swing and foul that one off to the right side, 2-1. In a game that started a little bit late at 7:30, thanks to some rain we had earlier tonight. We've seen 11 different pitchers, 19 hits between the teams. So that one's on the inside corner, 2-2. Two and two the count to McLean. Swung on, fouled away to the right side and out of play. It's just been such a unique game here tonight, with the game not impacting any playoff seeding, so Tarboro certainly keeping it light over on their side. Steamers have pretty much played it straight up. The 2-2. Swung on, hit high down the left field line. It's going to tail foul. Wow, the Steamers catch a huge break. McLean's bomb went just to the left of the left field foul pole. Had the potential to put his team ahead in this game. The count remains 2-2. The sixth different batter that Morris has faced in the inning. Outside, 3-2. That one did not miss by much. The count fills up. Landon Higgerson will be off and running from first. On the pitch. The 3-2. Down low, ball 4, and the bases are loaded for the River Bandits. It's the second walk of the inning issued by Chris Morris, and that'll bring the third pitcher of the inning to hit for Tarboro. It's Connor Vukovic. In a 2-run game, the River Bandits have put one across in the inning. That one's up high to Vukovic, 1-0, and the energy starting to grow from the River Bandits dugout, hanging around in this game. Vukovic hit into a fielder's choice, his only time up, and he'll take for a called strike, 1-1. So he's now the second pitcher to make his second plate appearance of the game for Tarboro. So swing and miss, he was really late on that one, 1-2 the count. Vukovic trying to keep the line moving for Tarboro. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a foul tip into the glove of Jeremiah Boyd. A big strikeout for Chris Morris. As the River Bandits strand, the base is loaded. But they get one across in the inning. It is a 6-4 ball game as we head to the home half of the 8th. Hello and welcome back to historic Hicks Field and what's been one of the oddest games you'll ever see. Tarboro is now on their 6th different position player pitching. It's Chase Heath into the game. They now have their 4th pitcher into the field. It's Adam Creswell catching. Jared Beebe leading things off for the Steamers. The count's 2-0. Beebe will take that one for a called strike, 2-1. Beebe led the last inning off with a double. Came around to score to put Edenton ahead. He'll chop that one over to third. It's Landon Higgerson out there. His throw to first is not in time. It drew Vukovic off the bag. Those guys are both pitchers. Higgerson made the play at third. His throw a bit offline. Vukovic had to come off the bag. So Jared Beebe's aboard to lead off the 8th. So that's now the second error of the game for the River Bandits, as Hunter Cole will take down low, 1-0. You've got to give him credit for not making more errors with so many pitchers out there in the field, as Cole will chop that one foul on the first base side, 1-1. So for pitchers in the field for Tarboro, it's Jared Davis in right, Connor Vukovic at first, Adam Creswell behind the plate, and Landon Higgerson at third. Designated hitter Jarrett May, who usually doesn't play the field, is out in left field. 1-1, Cole will line that one into right field for a base hit. Beebe's going to round second and head for third. The throw from Davis is not going to be in time. And the Steamers have runners at the corners with nobody out here in the 8th. That is the 5th time Hunter Cole's reached tonight. It's his 3rd hit of the game. And now Davis Halstead up to the plate for the 2nd time. Halstead struck out looking against Zeke Hilton in his only at-bat tonight. He'll swing and chop that one to the right side and through the hole for a base hit. Jared Beebe will come in to score. It's an RBI single for Davis Halstead, and the Steamers quickly get the lead back up to 3. It's a 7-4 ball game. It's the 8th RBI of the season for Halstead, and that'll bring Bryce Stevens up to the plate. Stevens will take another pitch over his head. The count's 1-0. Bryce has reached 3 times tonight. He's 1 for 2 in the game. He's hit by a pitch and walked for the 2 other times he's reached. Bryce pops that one up, right side foul territory. Vukovic over towards the fence, and he's going to make the lunging catch for out number 1. He's running around like a chicken with its head cut off, and he's able to make the catch for out number 1. Nate Paulson up at the plate now for the Steamers with the Clams ahead by 3. They put 1 across in the inning. He'll take for a called strike from Heath, 0-1. Chase Heath has pitched 1 inning this summer. He threw a scoreless inning of relief as that one's outside. 1-1 the count. My first thought with Adam Creswell catching was who's calling the pitches, but with Chase Heath on the mound, I don't think there's really any pitches to be called as Paulson lifts that one into center. One of the few guys playing his right position, Hunter McLean, out there to make the catch for out number 2. That'll bring Chase Bruno up to the plate for the 6th time tonight. Chase Bruno 1 for 4 in this game. He's also walked in a run. He'll take that one up high, 1-0. He's got Hunter Cole down at 2nd, and so that one's up high. And Davis Halstead over at 1st. Halstead brought home a run in this inning with an RBI single against Heath as Bruno swings and fouls that one back. The count's 2-1. Two and 1 the count to Bruno, the pitch, and he'll take it low, 3-1. So the River Bandits, with all these position guys pitching, they've walked 10. They've allowed 12 hits. As Bruno gets under that one, hits it high out towards right center field. Moving over and getting under it is Jared Davis, and he'll make the catch for the final out. The Steamers put 1 across in the inning thanks to an RBI single from Davis Halstead. Steamers lead by 3 as we head to the 9th. Well, fans, summer's here, and you know what that means. Graduation, parties, and cookout season. Bill Gardner's Biggs Party Tent is the perfect place to host your next get-together. Schedule a picnic before the game for your next birthday bash, graduation gathering, or business rendezvous. It's the classic choice for family summer fun. Call the office at 482-4080 for more details. Thank you to Bill Gardner and Biggs Cadillac Buick GMC for their support of the Steamers and sponsoring our newest addition to historic Hicks Field. Hello and welcome back to historic Hicks Field in what's been one of the most interesting games you will ever see. The Tarboro River Bandits have used 6 position players on the mound. They've thrown 4 pitchers out in the field. While the Steamers have played it pretty straight up, they have used a lot of pitchers tonight. The man into the game now is Gage Riddick. He's the 6th different pitcher to pitch for Edenton. And it's all because these games don't matter in terms of playoff seeding. They will go on to the official standings at the end of the year. But with each team locking up their playoff seeds, the River Bandits as the 1 seed and the Steamers as the 2nd seed, they'll get the first round bye into Thursday's round 2 of the PCL postseason. So we are just 3 outs away from wrapping this one up, a game that already started 30 minutes late because of some rain. It'll be one of the few hitters remaining in the River Bandits lineup. Jarrett May coming up to the plate. Now, May started in right field. He worked his way to the mound. He went over to third. He went out to left. And now he's getting his 5th at-bat of the night. So that one's across for a called strike, 0-1. The 0-1. Outside, 1-1 to May. May still looking for his first hit tonight. He's 0 for 2 with a couple of walks. The 1-1. May waits on it. It comes across for a called strike at the knees, 1-2. Gage Riddick into the game. It's a save situation. He's 3 for 3 in save opportunities this season. The 1-2. May lines that one high down the left field line and foul. So the count will remain 1-2. It's the second ball in the last couple of innings for Tarboro that's certainly gone long enough to leave the yard, but both times it went fouled on the left field line. The 1-2 from Riddick. Swung on, fouled, straight back. The count will remain 1-2. The 1-2 to May. Swung on, fouled away again. So there's a couple hitters to begin this 9th inning for Tarboro if they have any thoughts of starting a comeback. Jarrett May leading off, and Kevin Jones at short is on deck. But then it's another relief pitcher, Adam Creswell, who's in the hole. The 1-2. May will ground it off his foot. Another foul ball for May. Count will remain 1-2. Thirteen different pitchers used in this game. 7 by the River Bandits, 6 by the Steamers. 21 combined hits tonight between the two teams. 19 combined walks between the teams. A lot of base runners tonight between the Steamers and the River Bandits. A 7-4 ball game. The 1-2 to May. He'll swing and send that one high in the air to left field. Cole's going to watch it fly, and that one is gone. A solo home run for Jarrett May, his 14th of the season, and he brings the River Bandits within 2. It's now 7-5. Well, there's his first hit in the last 3 games against the Steamers, and as he usually does, he hits it a long way. And he's still a bit gimpy after fouling that ball off his foot. I guess that's why you hit the home run. You don't really have to run too fast if you hit it over the fence. So it is a 2-run game here at Edenton as Kevin Jones comes to the plate. Jones is 2 for 4 in this game. And he'll take a bit high, 1-0. Riddick sends that one across for a called strike, 1-1. For Gage, this is his 14th appearance this season, the most of any Steamer. He's thrown 17 2/3 innings, a 4.08 ERA. As Jones swings and misses at that one, 1-2 the count. Riddick's ready. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Jones will barely get a piece of it and foul it back. The count will remain 1-2. The 1-2 pitch from Riddick. Down low, 2-2. This is the Steamers' final home game of the regular season, trying to improve on a 19-5 home record. They've won 3 in a row here at home and 3 in a row overall as Jones slowly chops it over to third. Jared Beebe's got it, his throw to first. He's in the dirt, dug out by Tate Abbott for out number 1. That'll bring Adam Creswell up to the plate now to face Gage Riddick. Once again, he is usually a relief pitcher. He came in to catch in the last inning for Chase Heath. And he'll take that one a bit off the plate, 1-0. Creswell's now the 5th different player to hit tonight for Tarboro that comes into the game with 2 or less plate appearances. He does not have a plate appearance this season. 1-0's across for a called strike, 1-1. One is off the plate. Riddick went off speed. The count's 2-1. So now the River Bandits do have a hitter on deck. It'll be Zeke Hilton waiting in the wings with Chase Heath in the hole as that one's down low. It's 3-1 to Adam Creswell. 2 pitchers have already reached in this game. Landon Higgerson's reached twice with a walk and a hit. Jared Davis singled in his only at bat. The 3-1 to Creswell. He'll swing and miss, 3-2. Full count to Creswell. The pitch. Outside, ball 4. He's the 3rd different Tarboro pitcher to reach tonight. And he's aboard with 1 out here in the 9th. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate here in the 9th. It's Zeke Hilton. For reference, Zeke has 2 home runs this season. He's played second base, came into pitch, and gone back to second base. First pitch, he'll send that one high out towards right center field. Halstead is over, and he's under it to make the catch for out number 2. And the River Bandits are down to their final out, but not an easy one by any means. Chase Heath coming to the plate. Chase Heath represents the tying run for Tarboro here in the 9th. He's got 6 home runs this season, 31 RBIs. That's probably what he's going up there to try and do right now. Heath will take an off-speed pitch for a called strike, 0-1. So Gage Riddick's allowed 1 run in the inning, but still trying to wrap up what could be his 4th save of the season. And what would be the 4th win against Tarboro. The Steamers 3-8 against the River Bandits so far. That one's outside, 1-1. Now, I think in the back of Gage's head, you might have to think there is another pitcher on deck in Jared Davis. While he does have a hit tonight, he really doesn't seem like much of a threat at the plate. A 1-1 to Heath. He gets under it, lifts it high out to right center field. Moving back towards the gap is Halstead. He's under it, and he'll make the catch. Gage Riddick gets the save on the mound as the Steamers wrap up a 7-5 win over the Tarboro River Bandits. The Steamers improved to 26-10 this season, 22-10 in PCL play. It's now a 4-game winning streak for the Steamers, who win their final home game of the regular season. They're now 20-5 here at home. For the River Bandits, they fall to 24-10, 15-6 in PCL play, 8-4 against the Steamers this year. These teams will be back in action tomorrow night. I expect a similar style to this game, with a lot of position guys pitching, a lot of pitchers hitting. But for now, the Steamers have won their 4th in a row. We will head to Tarboro tomorrow night at 7 p.m.